over the course of the next hour and a half, we'll hear from all of your Miss Auburn candidates as well as your major candidates for SGA elections, spring elections. The debate will be held in two parts. First, we'll begin with Miss Auburn candidates. Miss Auburn candidates will all have a minute and a half to share their platform as they come up here. And once that concludes, we will open into the debate portion of the evening. The debate will move from treasurer to vice president to president debate, in which each candidate will have a minute opening, as well as follow with a series of questions for their answers and their responses. Then it will conclude with a minute closing for each candidate as well. At the end of that, that will be, after those closing statements for the president, the debate will conclude. And so to start off, I would like to introduce you to our current Miss Auburn, Lauren Jones, who is going to kick us off by introducing our Miss Auburn candidates.
Hey y'all, just like Lauren said, my name is Lauren Jones. I'm this year's current Miss Auburn. But to kind of get things started, I'm going to give a hand to the candidates that are running. Okay, so to read out what Lauren just said, each of Auburn candidates will come up on the stage and have a minute and a half to kind of share their platform with you. They've done an incredible job this week, so if you haven't gotten a chance to meet them, I'm really excited about you to hear their platform. But without further ado, I'm going to welcome up Eva Magrocos up to the stage.
So like you said, hey y'all, my name is Eva Magrocos, and growing up as a financial planner and father, I was learning the importance of investing and understanding your financial burdens at a very young age. You always said my sister and I feel like a plan really can. So what my platform focuses on creating a plan. What I want to do is open a financial advisory center here at Auburn University where students will be able to go for free while they're here. At this advisory center, students will be able to learn how to pay off their loans, invest in their future, and file their taxes. Not only will this make Auburn University a resource that a lot of places don't give their students, which will hopefully help with our national ranking, but it will also give a lot of our college and business students unique internship opportunities that they would not get because we live in such a small place during our spring and fall semester. So my goal this week has just been to increase financial literacy. I hope you all learned a little bit more, and I just want to make the best university in the country even better because Auburn is my home. If you know me, you know how much I love this place. And what I would say is, if we invest in our futures today, what we'll be able to do tomorrow is be a lot more financially secure and improve more financial income, so we can actually give more to whatever charity that we desire, because we have to make to be able to give. So thank you so much, and more you all.
This week I had the chance to work with my platform and Plainsman for confidence, which is the charity that I started my senior year. And so a little history and background on Plainsman for confidence. Growing up, my mom always got me out at the first day of school, and her reason behind that is she wanted me showing confidence on the first day, knowing that my worth is found in the Lord and not what other people said or what other people thought about me. It's something really small and really simple, but it really does make a difference in how you feel on the first day. And so towards the end of my senior year, as a young friend, my eyes started open. There were a lot of people who were in need and didn't have the financial means to be able to buy something simple as an outfit for the first day. And so I got three of my best friends on board with this crazy idea to start a charity. And so in May 2013, Plainsman Conference was born. So what we do is that me and Brady clothing for children grade K through 12 who maybe can't afford an outfit for the first day. When we do this by clothing clothes all summer, and then at the end of the summer we have a popularity kids can come out and pick out food and they feel confident and comfortable for the first day. And so the election is this Auburn. My goal is to bring Plainsman for confidence to Auburn. This place has become my home and I love it, and I would love to be able to give back to the students through Plainsman for confidence. And so the cool part for me this week is even if I'm not elected to Auburn, I do plan to still bring Plainsman for confidence to Auburn because it is my passion. And so if you guys aren't supporting anyone this week, I would love to fill their application, and that's our slogan. But if you are supporting someone, I'll also be selected and on the conference this week. But thank you guys so much, and we guys have a great night.
given the opportunity to be Miss Auburn, I will make it my mission to improve this issue. This platform is for Auburn students, for you guys, because it enacts actual change and reduce waiting room times and waitlist numbers for the next step. I'd be honored and overjoyed if you join me this week in fulfilling those words of the Auburn Creed by advocating for more support and resources for the Auburn University Medical Center. Thank you, and for your support. Thank you, Meredith. And our fourth candidate is Madison Gates.
And y'all, for those of you that did not catch that, that was Chinese. And I said, the translation is, hey, my name is Madison Gates, and I lived in China for 5 years of my life. Living abroad is what really inspired my platform. When choosing a platform for Miss Auburn, I wanted something really tangible that the Auburn students could feel like they could be really involved in really quickly. And the amazing to already see this happening on the concourse this week. Really living overseas taught me what it feels like to be a minority and how scary it is to be immersed in a new culture, be surrounded by a language that's not your own. And a lot of international students at Auburn right now are feeling the exact same way. And I know that when I lived overseas, people were so kind to me and they embraced me for my differences. And so why not do that for others? President Bush has a 5-year plan that actually started in 2013. And it's to get more and more international students integrated on Auburn's campus. And I know y'all noticed that already. It's everywhere, it's all around us, you see it. There's just still a gap that needs to be bridged. And I feel like it's my mission as Miss Auburn potentially to do that and to bring emotional unification. So thank y'all for listening and happy Chinese.
Thanks, Madison. And our last candidate is Jennifer Ashman. Fortunate blessing of being nominated as top 5 in Auburn, I saw an opportunity to blend those two things. Our platform is based on a line from Auburn Creed that says, I believe in human touch, which helps to associate my fellow women and mutual helpfulness and happiness for all. And because of that, I believe that line from the Creed is a call to action for all Auburn men and women, a call to go beyond the borders of Auburn and serve them outside of Auburn family and show them what that mutual helpfulness is all about. And that is why this week I've been committed to raising money for alternative student grades to help enable those students who have a heart to serve, but may not have the financial means to do so. And that's how I'd like to challenge each of y'all to join me in fashioning ways beyond borders this week for the summer. Thank y'all. Thank you, Jennifer. And with that concludes the Miss Auburn portion of the debate. So now moving into major candidates, I would like to introduce your current SGA President Walkerberg to moderate the event.
Before you go, everybody, thank you all for being here tonight. Like Mark said, my name is Walker Bird. I've had the pleasure of serving this year as Student Government Association President. It's been quite a year. It's been a lot of fun. Now we have the pleasure of introducing several candidates who worked super hard this week to showcase their platform and vision for Auburn. And without further ado, I'd like to invite our 2 treasurer candidates up to stage. That's James Duchesne and James Dean. Each candidate will begin with a 1-minute long First off, I'd just like to thank each of you for being here tonight. It's really been an honor for my staff and I this week to get to share my passion and my vision for Auburn this next year. It's been a great experience, and I so enjoyed the various conversations that I've gotten to have in the conference with each of you. Tonight, I really want to hit on one of my main points in my platform. Each of you as a student is a part of SGA through what we call a student activity fee. And it's student activity fee that we are able to allocate our money. And it's really my desire this week to ensure that students have a voice in the distribution of money and that we're able to give students knowledge on how we're spending their money. It's my first priority to revamp the finance branch of SGA. And the best way I see doing that is to take these budgets online so all students can see them. I truly am passionate about the finance branch, and I truly am passionate about ensuring that we spend student money. Thank you so much.
Thank you, James. James Pickles will have a minute to present his opening remarks.
Very good, y'all. I'm James Pickles. Thank you so much for the support this week. Here, I really love to talk to everyone and work with my staff. It's just been so great. So thank you all for that. I believe strongly in a few things. This university, their financial literacy. So starting with this university, Auburn is my home. I just do anything I can to be able to give back to that. To be able to pay for and serve my fellow Tigers. I intend to do this through fairness and allocations and frame financial literacy across our campus, both of which are at the heart of my campaign. As treasurer, I promise to fairly allocate funding to organizations communicating with them directly in order to fully understand their needs. This will allow them to function at the highest possible level and for our campus to do the same as a result. I also promise to help prepare you for the future, assisting you in improving financial literacy so that you can pay your taxes, understand investments, and have overall enough financial information to be a functioning adult. So help me pay it forward this week. Thanks, y'all.
Awesome. Thanks to both of you. We will now move into the debate portion. So the way this will work is that we will present a question to one of the candidates, and that candidate will have 2 minutes to respond to the question. And then the other candidate will have a minute and 30 seconds to follow for other answers to the question. So we'll begin with the first question to James Duchesne. That question is, how do you plan on actively listening to the concerns of all students and remain transparent while serving as treasurer? So as I mentioned in my opening statement, to have these budgets online available to students, I think that's the most efficient way to be transparent with all students. We have 7 SAPs on this campus that's SAP stands for our student activity portfolio. And what we do is we allocate the budget finance process about $1.4 million this past year to these organizations. And I think it's very important that we have some transparency by allowing students to see not only the budget, but the monthly expenditure report. They can see where these expenses are going and ensure that the budget and the expense report are lining up and on the same field of play, if you will. I think an issue we've seen in the past is that we have been allocating this money out, yet we really don't know. The student life out of the CE are ensuring that these budgets are used accordingly, ensure that line item by line item the money is going where they say it's going. So I think it's very important that we be transparent in these budgets and we be transparent in these expenditures to the student body. And then secondly, to answer how I think the best way to keep that is to work with the Office of Student Affairs and to create a survey that really engages student opinion and engages student voice in a manner that's not going to target one SAP or another SAP, but it's also not overly broad that we are unable to take data and use that effectively in the application process.
Awesome. Thank you, James. And other James, or not?
Definitely, I think you're great to get feedback and just talk to the students. This is something that our current treasurer said to me and that the treasurer was said before that. It's just when you get tired of doing the same thing over and over, take a lap around the student center. That's a great way to get feedback from students. In addition to that, we already have Auburn answers, which we get questions all the time from. That's really great to be able to figure out what students need to know. But then just working with student affairs to grow those other offices to continue to meet these needs of students. And on transparency, we definitely need some more checks and balances with budgets. A lot of times, money is spent, and we don't know actually if it's being used on the right way. So we definitely do need to be having those records visible. That's one thing that is supposed to happen and necessarily kind of just fall into the cracks the past 3 years.
Thank you. James Pickles, we will now get the next question. That question is, what does it look like to allocate funds based on student input? How how do you best allocate funds as treasurer? You have 2 minutes.
A lot of that is looking at just where students are most involved. So when you look at huge organizations, obviously a lot of times they are needing more funding because they're meeting the needs of more students. So continuing to do that, but we can't forget about the smaller organizations that maybe just have 10, 15, 20 members. They still need some help because you can fundraise, you can do things other than that, but still it'd be great to be able to get some of that money from student activity. In addition to that, we just need to make sure that students have all of their needs met. So whether it is trying to start a new organization or if they're trying to just join an existing one, being sure to just give them everything we need and be able to continue to fund that.
Thank you, James. James, you changed about a minute and a half.
So, the way that we allocate funds out to organizations is through budget finance committee, and that committee is responsible for taking the student activity fee and is dividing it on 7 organizations. Those 7 organizations are called student activity portfolio. And they include programming, they include student orgs, ISO, DSU, student media, community service leadership, and SGA. James touched on some smaller organizations needing funding as well, and the way that we go about doing that currently is through the award, and the award has an O-fund, and that O-fund currently consists of $75,000. In the past, it's been $50,000. We took a program extension from this year and set it, and we raised that to $75,000. I think that is not necessarily the amount of money that they need for some of these small organizations, so I think we're going to start talking to students and seeing how we can go about ensuring that these small organizations are not left behind, but also continue to further these larger organizations and growing as well. I think some things that people take granted for is the fact that we have some great organizations and great events, and we can have some of those events without using a whole lot of money. A great example of that is SGA this past year with host out outstanding student money that all came out of revenue and t-shirt sales. So I think it's a great example of just because these large organizations have great events, it doesn't require an excessive amount of money to be successful. And I think it'd be great to be able to raise the amount of money that we're going to some of these small organizations through the allocation process.
Thanks to both of you. The next question will go back to you, James Duchesne. That question is, in your platform, you mentioned starting a salary review board. What are your plans for this board and how its creation directly benefit Auburn students? You got 2 minutes.
So currently the code discusses the salary review board for students. So the idea behind this is to create a student salary review board that is overseeing the student paid salaries of the 7 SATs that I've discussed previously. And I really think it is important that we take a look at this and really revamp this. This is something we've not had in a few years, and I think it's very important to take a look at it and doing. They're currently in the code laws. It's kind of outlining what are the requirements for who sits on that committee. The extra treasurer obviously is one of those. The advisors to the Labor Association is also one of the. But the idea behind this salary review would be creating it to ensure that we are holding those students accountable for their goals in these positions and ensure that we are fairly paying them and fairly using student money and not overspending or underspending that student money. And I really think that this is something that it would be very easy to implement, and it's something that we need to start the conversation about immediately and work to develop a plan that ensures we can have feedback and accurate data on how to apply the knowledge to changing salaries at work or even doing salaries where they are at.
Thank you, Mr. Shane. Next, going to be a minute and a half.
We definitely
Awesome. The next question will go to James Pingleton. In your platform, you said that you will work with administrators to ensure that students are receiving the financial literacy support that they need. What type of support in this area do students actually need? Get 2 minutes.
Okay. So on that, working with administrators, I've had the pleasure this past year to be able to start tackling this issue. Just figuring out what needs to be needed, working on focus groups to talk with students. And so for figuring out what that is, we're starting off with getting a baseline of financial literacy of where the student body is at. So that's going to be through a survey. Already have meetings set up to get that survey ready to go out to students. And
James, you're saying you're a minute and a half, and you'd like to respond.
So regarding financial literacy, I think it's a very great initiative approach as SGA treasurer, and I think it's a best way to go about that is obviously meeting with administrators and having these conversations and getting them on board with that. But in my honest opinion, I feel like the primary role of the SGA treasurer is not on financial literacy for students, but rather the SGA budget, the budget and finance committee, and as well as the two revenue generating programs that we have, Outdoor and Horizon Wireless as well. So I believe that those should be the primary goals of the SGA treasurer to ensure that we are doing an effective job of overseeing the SGA budget, overseeing the budget and finance committee, and ensuring the student which is heard in the budget and finance committee, as well as continue to grow and develop these two revenue generating programs that are so very vitally important to the SGA expenses that we have to incur outside of the student funds. So I think that is the primary focus and the primary need to ensure that we are doing a better job of that, a better job of letting students be knowledgeable about the budget planning process.
Thanks to both. We'll now move into the closing remarks portion. Each candidate will have a minute to do their closing remarks, beginning first with James Boucher.
So very much I'm here in Auburn. I've had the very fortunate opportunity to serve finance ranks SGA through the budget finance committee as well as the Horizon Wireless chairperson 2 years ago. It's my desire to uphold a strong relationship that SGA and companies like Horizon and Outdoor have currently. It's also my desire to hold SAPs to a higher standard. And I do all this to ensure that the things that are happening can be campus wide. Part of not part of as SGA always says, certainly promoting the individual student, unifying all that is all. I want to ensure that the funds of students do unify all of Auburn. And because I want to ensure funds of students do unify all of Auburn and reach all students. Funds are contributed by all students, and it's important that we ensure that all students are aware of this. So I ask that you invest in this with me, James Boucher, Trustee Treasurer, so I can invest in your money and give all of this.
Thank you, James. James, anything you'll have a minute as well.
Throughout this whole campaign, I've been talking a lot about financial literacy. That's something I'm trying to teach myself apart. There's so much in this role of treasurer that is just outlined in the code of laws, and I feel like that's a good thing. I will be working to allocate money. I will be working to make sure that organizations have what they need. But I want to be able to go over and beyond that. So as an accounting and finance major, it's something I really care about. I want to be sure that I'm financially sound at the time I graduate. But over the past 2 years, getting to work in the SGA as assistant vice president of finance, getting to be over Outdoor and Horizon, just working with these revenue programs has really shown how much that these support the students we have. So I just ask that you vote to pay it forward to just help students succeed. Vote for a future of financial literacy, vote for a future of fair allocation, vote to pay it forward with people. And thank you.
Thanks to both of you. You may now sit down and join the staffs as we give you a round of applause. You can see both of them are exceptional men. We're honored to have both of them conservative. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage our vice presidential candidates, Nathan Rigby and Brandon Honeycutt. We'll begin first, again, like last time, with opening remarks. Each candidate will give a minute. Opening remarks starting first with Nathan Rigby.
All right, hey y'all. I want to thank you all for coming out here tonight. I know tests are coming up for a lot of people, and it really means a lot to get involved and see what's going on in this university. My name is Nathan Rigby. I'm a senior in mechanical engineering from Huntsville, Alabama. My campaign is focusing on security here in Auburn. 3 different areas that I've really honed in on are, first off, getting Tigerson Transit on Auburn yourself tracking, and then we know the wait time. Lastly, I want to improve lighting across campus, so all students feel safe walking across campus no matter what time of day.
Thank you, Nathan. Brandon, you got a minute as well.
Where guys, my name is Brandon Honeywell. So tomorrow is the day that you all will be choosing someone to lead the student senate, which is responsible both for the laws and regulations that govern students, and it serves as the formal voice to all administrators. Serving for the past 3 years as a freshman senator, a senator for the College of Sciences and Mathematics, and as the current president of Coaching Board, which is the presiding officer of the student senate, I've gained the experience necessary to perform well in the office of vice president. I thank you all for the privilege of having the opportunity to represent you, and I humbly ask your support in the coming year.
Thanks to both of you again. Now we'll move into the debate portion. Just like last time, we'll ask a question, and the first candidate will have 2 minutes to respond, and then the other candidate will have a minute and a half to rebuttal or to answer the question as well. So the first question goes to Nathan Reedy, and that question is, during your time as vice president, there may come a time when Senator needs your assistance to write a bill that you may not agree with. How would you handle the situation? You have 2 minutes.
That's a great question. I would definitely be as partial as possible in writing these bills. You have to keep in mind that serving as vice president, you're representing the entire Auburn student body, and that's realizing that that's not just you and your opinions that matter most. Realizing that that matters to everyone is certainly very key when in office. I would help that senator obviously write that legislation, get feedback from other people on it, and fully support him the best way I can.
Awesome. Thank you. Brandon, I'll have a minute and a half.
Thanks. So this is actually something that I've had to deal with before as president of Coaching Board. And so the thing is, obviously, you have to be an impartial judge in this situation. You have to help someone accomplish their goals. Actually, what we have this past year, we made templates for all the forms of legislation for the new senators and have an easy way of starting that legislation. When you disagree with someone on what they're doing, it's important to help them to do it well and to understand why it is that you disagree. In some cases, you may disagree because you know that that's not something that is constitutional or something that will pass on the floor or other logistical reasons or technicalities. And so in that case, it's important to help them understand why that isn't an okay piece of legislation. Of course, if it's just a piece of opinion, it's not the vice president's job to vote on legislation. So in the future, of course, I would help them write that legislation and then talk in more private about what it looks like for students if that was key.
Thank you. The next question will go to you, Brandon Honeywell. What piece of legislation do you hope to see passed in that year that will benefit the student body? You have 2 minutes.
Actually, one thing we've been working on this past year is an audit of the entire code laws. So one thing is certainly, I hope that comes through and is completed in the coming term. The next thing is I want to take a look at diversity education on campus, because we obviously have, today in our nation, there's a big issue about diversity and what that's going to look like on Auburn's campus. It's constantly making the national media, and it's only a matter of time until that comes here. So I'm not going to say what it exactly is or what I wanted to say about it, but I think it's important that we discuss that as a student body so that we can understand that we're all people and that we really all want the same thing, which is a better Auburn and a better cultural experience for everyone who's here. So in the coming year, I want to see in the Senate discussion about how the best way is to handle that.
Awesome. Thank you. Nathan, you'll have a minute and a half to answer that question.
I agree. I think the student senate going through an audit of the code laws is a great thing that the student senate is doing. I think that there are some parts that definitely can be revamped in the law, definitely can be simplified. The code laws should not be confusing to anyone, and the Auburn students should be able to read them and completely understand how it applies to them and how it makes Auburn a great community.
Awesome. The next question will be to you, Nathan. You have 2 minutes to respond. Your platform is based primarily on safety concerns on Auburn's campus. How do you plan on using the position of vice president to carry out your platform?
Great question. Well, the SGA Senate and officers once a semester go on a security walk around Auburn's campus and find any areas where there may be concern for student safety. Also would work with facilities and other senators to increase funding to help provide for these new security measures.
Brandon, we'll have a minute and a half to answer the same question.
So he's right. Actually, every year the Senate goes on what we call campus safety walk, where senators pair up with police officers and other security officers on campus, and we survey the entire campus. We walk around, check for dark areas, where there needs to be better lighting. We test out all the emergency beacons, the lights, the blue lights on top, we call 911. And every year we check to make sure those are running properly, and we request lighting and other safety measures where they need to be implemented. So while I do think that's a great idea, to me it feels like something that we have been working on, and it is fairly under control. I feel like that may be more of a presidential type platform, but it's a great idea.
Thanks, guys. The next question will be you, Brandon, and you'll have 2 minutes to answer. That question is, one of your goals is to make Senate more familiar to students. How do you plan on doing this?
Great question. So actually, this past year, we kind of revamped the student affairs committee within the Senate. And so each senator is assigned to a committee, a specific committee in the Senate, which gives them kind of a project or at least an area to work on throughout the year. And this past year, we revamped the student affairs committee in order to better do that. So next year, what I want to do is to just further that plan. And actually, I want more students, more senators to be a part of that student affairs committee. I'm going to specifically assign them organizations and places to go on campuses like colleges so that they can have that tangible place to connect with more students. A lot of times in the past we struggle because we said, we're just going to motivate senators to go out and do better, but that's very vague. And so actually, as a senator, co-saying actually started the in-college office hour. So each week with our school council and senators, we've been meeting in the office of Science Center classrooms where we've been able to coordinate students and co-saying organizations as well as administration, which gives us a great leg to just appeal to that administrator, because you have a name tag that says credibility, you've been elected by your peers, so that gives you an extra form of communication there. So again, extending the student affairs portion and more spelling out where it is that we're going to assign.
Nathan, you'll have a minute and a half to answer the same question.
Great, yeah. Student Senate to me, this is my 4th year here. It's never been that accessible to me. I certainly think great improvements have been made, especially with the SGA Auburn answers and improving their website. I still think there's progress that can be made in those areas. Definitely developing more communication methods using social media. A lot of Auburn students are on the go studying. They want to be informed, but they need a short version in a way to kind of know what's going on and to respond. I certainly think that social media is a great platform to do that. Another way I think that the Senate should be more relatable to the Auburn community is to just go out there. I know that sounds cliche. We've done that. And I think just going to these student organizations and sitting in and just talking to people, asking their opinion on what do you think about this, and just really getting their response. If one person's thinking it, that there's probably more than one person actually thinking that there's a problem in that area.
Thanks. We'll now move into closing remarks. Each minute will have 1 minute to give those closing remarks. Start first with Nathan.
I've been very blessed to meet everybody out on the concourse, going through the library, going through engineering buildings that I hang out all the time, just talk to people, getting to know them, getting excited about running for this office. I've been very appreciative of the Auburn community. I think all the candidates I'm running with are all great people who will keep Auburn the amazing university that it already is. I would really appreciate your vote tomorrow, so that we can keep this campus as awesome as it is and improve security on campus for you.
Thank you, Nathan. Brandon, you have a minute as well.
So Luke 12:48 says that to whom much has been given, much will be expected. I know that the Lord has given me these experiences for a reason, and I believe that I can use them to advocate for your interests to make Auburn a better place. If given the opportunity, I promise to fulfill this role to the best of my ability. I ask for your vote tomorrow, and I will be honored to serve as your vice president.
I would now like to welcome up the presidential candidates. We have a grateful week, Jesse Westhouse, and Adam Rash.
everyone. Just to quickly introduce myself, my name is Drake Cooley. I'm a junior from Houston, Texas, majoring in finance, economics, and international business Chinese. First off, I'd just like to thank both of the candidates up here. This is a very long process. We started this process back in early November, and I know how really exhausted I am with this whole campaign process. So I can only imagine that they're feeling the same way. Tomorrow you'll have the choice, a very big choice, probably the biggest choice of your college year, and that is who do you want to lead SGA for the year ahead. When you're looking at the candidates to hire for a job position, you want to look for two things: experience and a vision. I have the experience necessary to run every single part of SGA, and I also have a vision for every single part of SGA, and parts that SGA hasn't even had the chance to reach yet. I'm just going to make the case to you tonight why you should vote Drake Cooley to next SGA president. Thank you.
Thank you, Drake. We'll now go to Adam. You have 1 minute.
For you guys, I love Auburn, and when I look at our Student Government Association, I see an outlet through which all the students of Auburn University can make their voices and their opinions heard. In past elections, I've seen candidates take office only for their big promises they made during campaigns to never come to fruition. I'm an outsider as far as these elections are concerned. I'm not Greek, I'm not part of the establishment, and I'm from a college that hasn't been represented very well in SGA at all. I don't believe our SGA has done the job it needs in representing every member of the student body as well as it can. What our SGA needs is change. I'm not running because I'm supposed to, because I'm next in line to take power. I'm running because I love Auburn. And whether through diversity, conservation efforts, or listening to student opinion, I can bring the change we need. My name is Adam Brasher, and I'm your next SGA president.
Thank you, Adam. We'll now go to Jesse. You have 1 minute when you're ready.
Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. It really has been cool. I'm trying to see for all three of us. We say others to take out humbling things that people support you throughout a process like this. I know a lot of y'all heard about the platform this week. Y'all are going to continue to do so tonight. So I want to talk to you about the reason why I want to do this. I'm told, hopefully most of you, there's three things that have really motivated me to run for SGA president. First is my desire to serve each and every single one of you as my fellow Auburn students. It's something that I had the opportunity to do throughout my time here at Auburn. I want to continue. I don't want it to stop. The second is my desire to get back to Auburn, a place that's truly given each and every one of us so much in so many different ways. And then the last one, above all else, is my desire to serve the Lord and glorify Him through everything I do. So that's why I'm running. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. So we'll now move into the debate portion. In an effort to get all the questions completed out, we've allotted a minute and a half for each candidate to respond to the initial question, and the other two candidates will be given a minute for a rebuttal from a second response. We'll begin first with Drake. The first question is, what are some things that SGA did well this past year, and what are some things that SGA did better?
Yeah, so I think definitely we thought big, certainly SGA started both cabinet and Senate. So we really reevaluated a lot of the things that we were doing to see if there were better process improvements that we could make. Unfortunately, I think what happens a lot is that just by the nature of only being on campus for 7 to 8 months during the year, a lot of time gets wasted. So definitely speeding up the efficiency of making those choices better for students, and really keeping in mind that, you know, once we get back for the winter semester, we really only have like 3 weeks left. So it's really important to keep in mind the whole timetable so we can truly improve SGA.
Awesome. Thank you, Drake. Adam, you'll have a minute to answer the same question.
Thank you, Walker. I believe the one really big area SGA can improve is accessibility. Number one, accessibility of the people in SGA. I know it's kind of hard for a lot of students to get in touch with SGA and find out where they are, how to meet them. If you guys like me as president, every Wednesday, middle of the day, on the concourse, I will put office hours. So any student wants to come talk to me and tell me what they want to do, what they want to see done in SGA. Also, accessibility as far as getting into SGA. I find it discouraging when I go to the concourse and see people from all cultures and all walks of life. But then I walk into an SGA meeting, and 90% of everyone there looks exactly the same. I want to make SGA more accessible to people of any culture,
any race, any background, to get involved. Because SGA doesn't represent just a few people here at Auburn. SGA should represent every single student that calls Auburn University home.
Thank you, Adam. Justin, y'all going to answer the same question.
Yeah, I think we do well, we can do better. Literally, this past year, we've accomplished a lot, whether it be assessing bring together the mental health task force, which assesses mental health here on Auburn's campus, and for a full organization to university administrators about mental health and things we can do a lot better to increase out on campus. I think you see the Auburn Memorial Project gives students and all members of the Auburn family a place that they can go and reflect on those they've lost. I think if you look at things like the class registration model with Tiger Schedule, there's some awesome things that SGA has done to work with administration. I think we can do a lot better things that have a lot better ways. A lot of students don't know about those projects, they just don't hear about them. I think SGA needs to be with the students, we need to be accessible to students, like Adam said. Students need to know what SGA is doing, and we need to be fully represented of the students. Just like Adam said, we're not always going to be fully represented. We need to have the confidence walking into a meeting with a campus administrator to say, hey, we're representing everything.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate that. Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude. We'll now move to the next question. Adam, you'll have a minute and a half to answer this question. This question says, define diversity. What are your specific tangible ideas to increase diversity and inclusion among all students?
Absolutely. We have so many international students here on campus, so many minorities here on campus, so many people of all walks of life here on campus, but that is not how I would define diversity. We can have all those people here on campus, but if the average Auburn student never gets a chance, never takes the time to interact with any of them, learn from their experiences and sharing those different cultural beliefs, that is not diversity. That's having a lot of different people, but that's not coming together and learning from each other. I believe diversity is our entire student body coming together, looking at each other's cultures, each other's beliefs, learning from them so we can make ourselves better as well. Diversity is having a bunch of people just learning from each other's experiences. I want to make SGA more diverse, not just in serving the entire student body as a whole, but having more people from the student body as a whole in SGA, just to make it more diverse. Have a whole bunch of more different outlooks on what we're going to do and different programs we want to put in place.
Thank you, Adam. The same question, Jesse. You'll have a minute.
I think diversity, most people hear that they really think race, but I think everything from race to gender to culture to religion, really everything across the board right there. I think some ways we can improve that. One within SGA is taking efforts to reach out to organizations that don't always know, don't always hear about SGA, about what we're doing with applications or elections, or anything of that nature. And two, with the university, a really cool idea that I've had is for students to lead the charge with diversity in Auburn. So you look back at Tiger Debate Day in December, 18 out of 24 projects were fully funded. And I think students need a similar project to get diversity scholarships for first-year students at Auburn. And that will send a message to administrators, will send a message, you can look on the Auburn, look on the Auburn, will send a message from SGA, when we care about this, it's something that matters.
Thank you, Jesse. Same question to Drake. You'll have a minute.
Yeah, so actually serving as the chairman of the diversity committee in Senate this past year, I've gotten a really good look and perspective on diversity, not just at Auburn, but in higher education as a whole. Diversity really spans the whole spectrum. Like Jesse was saying, it's not just race, but it's diversity of gender, of beliefs, pretty much everything. So we have to make sure that we're representing that through SGA. One of the problems we had this past year, we didn't have anyone in SGA to put on diversity programs. So I definitely create a new position for that. And then the experience of Auburn as a whole, Auburn University is not very diverse. We have 85% of our student body is white, 60% is from the state of Alabama, 20% is from Georgia. So we have a lot of the same backgrounds coming in. So simply creating diversity scholarships is not going to bring in a whole lot of people. We have to create an institutional change that sets bringing in these people of different cultures as the top priority in admissions, because we can never make SGA diverse.
Appreciate it. Sorry. The next question will go to Jesse. You have a minute and a half. Mental health is an issue plaguing universities across the country. What resources would you work to provide for students on campus to help with mental health?
Absolutely. I talked a little bit before about the mental health task force that the honor of sitting on this year. Just really cool things about it. It opened my eyes in so many ways. The things that students struggle with, whether it's depression and
anxiety, whether it's resources, accessibility. When I was SGA president, I would lobby, and I would work with administrators to bring more resources to Auburn campus. There's no reason that you should have to go all the way to the med clinic to see a counselor because you're struggling with anxiety and depression. There's no reason you should have to wait 3 months to see one of those counselors. It seems to matter. It's lives that we're talking about. Because every day it's really come across college campuses, especially here at Auburn. I also love put resources in need of stigma. I had a friend who up to me last semester actually was talking about how he deals with anxiety, how he deals with depression. They can't talk to each other about it because what it does, people look at it how funny and take their hands off. The last thing someone needs when they're struggling with these hard things is for them to people take their hands off. They love and care, and students need to know about that, and students need to get educated on that.
Thank you, Jesse. Drake, about a minute to answer the same question.
Yeah, so obviously mental health is a huge issue on Auburn students. We saw it obviously in the Women's Homecoming platform, how so many students rallied around that idea. So, obviously we decided as an Auburn community that this is important, but we also have to decide whether we're going to get behind it with our wallets, because we talk about bringing in more counselors, but obviously that's a lot of money. So we have to decide as a student body whether we're going to get behind that. And so that's definitely something that needs to come as a referendum before the whole student body as to whether or not we are willing to put up additional funds to make sure that we have the resources to bring in those additional counselors to Auburn.
Thanks, Drake. Adam, you have a minute to answer the same question.
Thank you, Walker. I know mental health is a really big issue. I know so many people that struggle with that. It's an issue that's really near and dear to my heart. And definitely, like Jesse and Drake said, consider those programs we have. The mental health task force, get more counselors to med clinic, all those things are wonderful. I want to do all those things. But those things aren't enough to tackle the mental health issue here on campus. First of all, like they said, in the stigma, mental health should be seen like any other disease. It's treatable, but there's nothing wrong with you with mental health issue. There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal. Lots of people struggle with those issues, and it's something that can be overcome. But second of all, counselors and all the mental health task force stuff, that's not enough to end it. We need every student here at Auburn University to take a stand for mental health. To look at all of our friends, see ones that are struggling, see when we can jump into someone's life, step alongside people that are struggling, and help them through tough times. Because counselors can only go so far, but you guys can do so much more in helping overcome mental health issues here at Auburn.
Thanks, Adam. The next question will go to Drake. You'll have a minute and a half to respond, and that question is, how will you make SGA a more inclusive organization?
Yeah, so that actually starts in the next week. So on February 15th, which is the last Sunday of this term, we'll be presenting the first ever State of Diversity Report in SGA. And it's so important to have a baseline to know where the current organization stands, so we know what we have to improve, or what we need to improve on. So that's definitely the first step in the process. The second step, I think a lot of times people go and try out for SGA, different things like cabinet or senate, they don't get it and they think, oh, it's because I'm not part of the system. It's so important. We are all here at the end of the day to graduate and go get jobs. It's so important while we're here to learn how to, even do a good interview and get that necessary feedback. So in full transparency, what my administration will do is make sure that any student that wants to get involved in SGA, even if they don't currently fit the qualifications of the position they're trying to get, we at least give them valuable feedback so that they can improve their own personal qualities and also know what they can work on in order to eventually find their place of involvement on campus.
Thanks, Drake. Adam, you'll have a minute to answer the same question.
Thank you, Walker. As far as inclusivity goes, I said in my platform that when I'm SGA president, I want to make a position in my academy called Director of Diversity. For a couple reasons. First of all, as a watchdog for SGA. Tell us when we're not diverse enough, we're making decisions that may not reflect the student body as a whole. And just to be a voice for underrepresented minorities in SGA. Say, here's how your decisions are affecting others, and here's how those decisions could be made better to better reflect our entire student body. And second of all, just to kind of come alongside other organizations, such as the Black Student Union, International Student Organization, Spectrum, different organizations that represent different minorities here on campus, just a way to come closer alongside them and help them reach their goals along with SGA's goals.
Thanks, Adam. Justin, y'all have a minute to answer the same question.
Absolutely. Like I said before, I think one of the most important things for SGA is having full confidence going into meetings, the administration, hosting events, whatever it is, that we're fully representative of the student body. I think right now, we have two main problems. One is going to be marketing, getting the word out there about SGA, and the other is going to be the culture of SGA. So the marketing, I would love to visit organizations, I would talk to organizations, I would love organizations to know how they can get involved in SGA, whether it's a head volunteer or whether it's running for an executive officer position. And then with the culture, I want people to know, I think through strong leadership you can, that SGA is open to every student. I think with that strong leadership, we can show that and we can tell students, hey, you're welcome here. This is for you. This is for every single student on this campus. And I also think one last thing we can do is build relationships. I don't think you can truly understand someone and truly communicate with someone who builds a relationship with them and you understand it. So by doing that with other organizations, we can show that we're here for everyone and we're here.
Thanks, Jesse. Drake, same question to you. You have a minute. Oh, you did. My fault.
Are you ready?
It is time for you to go through this. I apologize. No, next question is to Adam. You'll have a minute, 30 seconds to answer this question. What is the best method of late night transportation for all students? How do you plan to pursue that ambition?
Absolutely. So I know both my other candidates here, they really want to bring Uber back to Auburn. I think that's a good idea, but I think we also need to take a really close look at that. Because Uber, there's been a lot of things to do about them. Mistreating the drivers, low wages, just really not the best thing for the people that are driving for them and their employees. And I want all of us to think about the facts. The people that will be driving you around in Uber cars would be your Auburn family. So when you think about how Uber treats their drivers, do you want your Auburn family to be treated that way? I think Uber is a good idea. I love Uber. I've taken Uber before, but I think there are better ways for late night transportation. Uber is a good idea, but I think by expanding security shuttle, the Tiger 10, having those go more places, run more hours, that would alleviate a lot of the need that students have for late night transportation, and would be a good alternative to bringing Uber back to Auburn.
Thank you, Adam. Jesse, same question to you. You have a minute.
Yeah, I think late night transportation is extremely important to all university students. No student should ever feel unsafe or insecure late at night, walking home, whatever it is. During my time serving at SGA, I served as the director of transportation, the executive vice president of initiatives, and the wait times for security shuttle on Auburn's campus have gone from 18 minutes when I first started to right around 5.5 minutes right now. So I'm taking strides to improve this system, and I know that we're not completely there yet. I think we continue to work with the Department of Public Safety to ensure that all students have rides and have the opportunity to get home safely. Again, there's no students should ever feel unsafe. And I think we work pretty good at Auburn. I think we leave up to lawmakers to go that is decide if we were ethical or unethical. I think right now we know that the safe ride is the cheap ride. Not only does it provide safety, but it provides jobs to students.
Thank you, Jesse. Drake, same question to you. You have a minute.
Yeah, so going to the security shuttle, a lot of times what I've noticed in my experiences is that you call and you get into a security shuttle, but the system is not efficient. And you get in and there are other passengers going to totally different sides of campus. So what I would do in my administration is develop a platform where you can submit where you're going and the system automatically routes you in the most efficient way possible so that whenever you get in that shuttle, you're not going to some place that is totally different than where you're intending to go. I know I've gotten scared seeing the security shuttle go to the wrong place. And the second thing, obviously, is bringing Uber back to Auburn. Uber is so important. Actually, there's a lot of the media that's actually out to get Uber. And Uber is, again, a personal decision. I'm never going to limit someone's personal decisions in becoming a driver. There are risks that you have to take in anything that you do in life. You have to be comfortable with those risks. And I think if you look at all the things that Uber has to offer in terms of protection, it's a very safe bet and efficient and cost-effective for everyone.
Thank you, Jake. The next question will go to Jesse. You have a minute and a half to respond to this question. Some students at Auburn do not believe that SGA is a transparent organization. How do you individually plan to be transparent, and how would you ensure the organization is transparent?
Absolutely. I think one comes down to integrity and trust, and under those things for students, it's not automatically given. If you look at my platform, you see that I want to release weekly monthly reports on what SGA is doing. That includes anything from initiatives that we work on, the programs that we run, the interview process, and the number of people that have applied.
Thank you, Jesse. Drake, same question to you. You have a minute.
Yeah, so actually, if you already look on the SGA website, there are a lot of weekly reports that come out that are out of our social media teams. It just needs more publicizing to make sure that the student body knows about that. So in terms of the weekly reports, I think that's fine. I think throughout the year, even when there's not applications coming up, the SGA president should be visiting organizations all across campus for just to talk about what students want and what SGA is currently doing to solve those needs. It's not just something that you can talk about during campaign week and go to a couple organizations, but weeks leading up to campaign week, you have to have that as a core mission throughout your entire year. And I intend to do that.
Thank you, Drake. Adam, same question to you. You have a minute.
Thank you, Walker. Well, I think the students say SGA is not transparent enough is absolutely right. You can find out anything you want about SGA if you know where to look and you're willing to look really, really hard. SGA record is not made public enough, and it's not easy enough to find information about SGA and what SGA does for the student. Like I said earlier, if I'm elected president, I'm going to set up a table on the concourse at least once a week for a few hours so any student can come by, talk about SGA, ask questions, pitch ideas, just a way for them to get more involved, talk to me, and just find out more about how SGA works and just make it more transparent as well.
Thank you, Adam. The next question, each candidate will have 1 minute to respond to the question, starting with Drake. This question is, in your opinion, what is the most pressing issue facing Auburn students today?
Yeah, so if you think about, I talked about this earlier, what is the most pressing issue? The issue that's always going to be most important to students is why go to university. To get an education, to graduate, and get a job. And so we are in a unique situation, a little hard situation, because we are 2 hours from the nearest large metropolitan area. So we really need to make sure that this is our biggest priority, is making sure our students are professionally ready. One of the things in my platform is to reduce the cost of internship credit hours to really encourage more internships, because that is ultimately what the job market is looking for. And so, at the end of the day, student debt is obviously a very pressing issue, but not something that we as Auburn Student Government Association can necessarily solve overnight. But what we can do is make sure that you have a secure job and a secure salary after Auburn, so that you will be set up for success in the future.
Thank you, Drake. Adam, same question to you. You have a minute.
Well, honestly, I think there's no real answer to the question, what is our most pressing issue? Because the most pressing issue is whatever issue is most pressing for each individual student. SGA should not be one size fits all. We shouldn't focus on some issues and then just forget others. We're here for each individual student and the issues and things that they're facing through their experience here at Auburn. I don't want to focus on one thing and then forget about other things that are going on as well. I want to listen to each individual student, see what they have to say, see what the pressing issues are to them, and then make those things happen for them in our Student Government Association.
Awesome. Thank you, Adam. Justin, same question to you. You have a minute.
Absolutely. I think the most pressing issue that we face right now on college campuses, especially here at Auburn, students feeling open, students feeling welcome, students feeling that they can learn and grow with other students, and there's barriers to that, whether it's the inclusion that we talked about, whether it's the mental health stigmas. And I think as SGA president, you can lead in a way to influence others that says, hey, we're all in this together, we're all equal, we all have our mistakes, we all have our differences, let's learn, let's grow in those mistakes so we can be that Auburn family that we truly talk about.
Thank you, Jesse. So next couple of questions, we'll go back to the prior format. The initial respondent will have a minute and a half, and the other two will have a minute for rebuttals. So the first question is to Drake. Drake, in your platform, you discuss making internship credit hours more affordable. How would you accomplish this?
Yeah, so actually, if you look at the data in terms of what students are signing up for during their summer credit hours, the College of Liberal Arts declined 40% in terms of their college credit hour assignments this previous summer. So this is obviously an issue that they're seeing, and really, going back to the core university mission statement, emphasizing these professors and college administrators how important internships are, not just for college of business students, but really for students of all the different colleges. Because, if you look at any company, what they say, they want previous experience, which is very hard when you're in school. So we just need to to work with university administrators and emphasize how important it is and the fact that it's going to eventually look so much better on Auburn. All these students are coming out with internships. So it's an investment that we have to make now for the future.
Thank you, Drake. Adam, you have a minute if you'd like to respond to the same question.
Well, I think experiential learning is very important to each Auburn student, whether it's internships, research, or study abroad. I personally am very invested in research, I do undergrad research, study abroad. I was going to Africa for foods this summer doing that. So that's an issue that's really dear to me, not just sitting in the classroom and learning, but you can go out in the field and out in where you're going to be working eventually and learn more that way, kind of learn on the job. So I definitely would want to make it easier for students to get plugged into study abroad opportunities, internship opportunities, research opportunities, and then make it easy for them as well to get that credit. Because I think getting credit for all those experiences will encourage more students to get involved in those opportunities. I think that's really, really important for a student's personal growth while here at Auburn University.
Thanks, Adam. Jesse, same question to you. You got a minute if you'd like to respond.
Yeah, I agree with these two. I think we're already outside of the classroom as well. We do love our real world learning and one of the skills we learn here carry on a lot further when we learn in classes, whether it's an internship, whether it's study abroad, whether it's research or anything like that. I think that's very important. I think as SGA president, we also have to look at the issues that we can directly impact now and be on this campus. And so that's good stuff. And we can do that a little bit. I think there's more pressing things to students and also study abroad.
Thank you, Jesse. The next question will go to Adam. You'll have a minute and a half to respond. In your platform, you discussed listening to student opinions. How would you gain feedback?
Definitely. So what really made me mad was last year, we put a dining referendum on the ballot. And people were so excited about getting to finally choose something that was going to happen here on campus. And I don't think that should be the case. It shouldn't be a once in a while thing that gets people really excited when the administration listens to them. Instead of the administration telling us what's going to happen most of the time it should be the other way around. Us telling the administration, here's what we want to do, here's what we want to happen here at Auburn University. So I definitely love to expand the Auburn Answers program, make that more widespread, more marketing about that to individual students. Then also making SGA more accessible. Like I said in my concourse office hours, letting people come to us, tell us what they want to see done, because SGA is the bridge between individual student and the administrator. So like I said earlier, making us more accessible, letting people come to us so much easier will create a better bridge to see the things that students want done, to let us do those through the administration.
Thanks, Adam. Jesse, same question to you. You have a minute if you'd like to respond.
Absolutely. I think two very important things here: accessibility and transparency. So students know what's going on, so they feel like their opinion is valued. All Answers, like I said, is a program that was 2 years ago. That program has grown so much. We also have 1,000 submissions over this past year. It's really cool to see students giving that feedback. But I don't think we can always count on students coming to us. I think we, as a student government association, have to go to students. So as SGA president, I will go to students and I'll solicit that feedback. I will talk to them and learn with them, figure out what it is that they need from us so we can accomplish it.
Thank you, Jesse. Drake, same question to you if you'd like to respond.
Yeah, so obviously we have this award-winning, I don't know if you all know, but it won Best Initiative in the SEC, award-winning program in Auburn Answers. So continual emphasis of that. But again, going on with what Jesse said, making sure we make the effort to reach out to organizations. I'm the only one up here that through their role this past year actually went to organizations that they directly affected. BSU, like student meeting, isn't something that I started going to 2 weeks ago whenever campaign week was coming up. I've been going since September just because that was where my role impacted. I've been to spectrum meetings whenever I was just going to get their feedback and all these different meetings. I sat down with the leaders of Nestle last April to see where we could impact them the most and where they wanted help. So continuing that and expanding that to all the impacts for all the student groups that SGA impacts on this campus.
Thanks, Drake. The next question will go to Jesse. You'll have a minute and a half to respond. What is your plan to limit TBAs for classes?
Absolutely. So this past year, I've had really the opportunity to work with a lot of people in academics, whether it's associate deans or department heads, really further to the university. So I'm going to use those relationships to show them, just like I told all of you, how important it is for students to have this information before they register for classes. I'm talking to Dr. Paul Patterson, who works at the college of Adams, who's associate dean over there. The last 2 weeks, I think, got this information. It's really accessible to them. So
Thank you, Justin. Drake, same question to you, if you'd like to respond to it.
Yeah, so actually 3 years ago, Harrison Mills stood on the stage and Clapper was talking about TBA in his platform. And so obviously this isn't a new idea. This is something that affects all students, but it's incredibly hard if you're an administrator to figure out how to assign classes to professors, especially when professors are mobile. They move around, they don't teach the same classes every semester. So I firmly believe that administrators aren't just sitting on their butts, just not putting up the professors just because they don't want to. They're doing this as soon as they have the information available. So I find it incredibly difficult for SGA to further this process. This is something that has to come from the university because of the university program. Really.
Thanks, Drake. Adam, same question to you, if you'd like to respond, you have a minute.
Thank you, Walker. Well, I know we all hate TBAs. I hate signing up for a class, and I know it's going to be a great professor, the one that's going to make my life hell for 3 months. But like Drake said, in the past, starting to run this platform of winning TBAs, getting professors names out there beforehand, and Auburn just came out and said that they're not willing to do away with TBAs. So I think it's a great idea. I think we can limit TBAs, find situations where those can be taken away. I don't think there's any way to get rid of those entirely, though, because like Drake said, if there's a lot of pressure on administrators, they may not even know where teachers are going to teach, what classes they're going to teach. So in some cases, they may know that and withhold that from students. And in those cases, I'm all for getting rid of TBAs. But I believe there's no way we'll ever be able to 100% get rid of those here in Auburn.
Thanks, Adam. The next question will go to Drake. We'll have a minute and a half to respond. This question is, how would you increase the scope of fine arts classes, and why do you think it's necessary?
Yeah, so just to give you a background on what that means. So currently, fine arts classes are pretty much limited to like appreciation of architecture, music appreciation, art appreciation, different things like that. Whereas there are student groups like AV singers and chorale and marching band that don't count for class credit. And this is, we found out through research on this, that this is actually a state law and in the state education code. And no one really knows why. So we've been trying to work with other institutions across the state, and we did the numbers on this, just counting how many students are part of these performance ensembles at the over, I think it's 13 state institutions, and this can have a multi-million-dollar impact on the state of Alabama's economy every year, and really reduce that burden of unnecessary classes that a lot of students are having to take, while also strengthening our fine arts program.
Adam, you have a minute to respond to the same question if you would like to.
Well, I definitely agree with what Drake said. Like I said earlier, experiential learning is so important to every Auburn student. I've taken intro to theater class, so I can just imagine how much more I would have learned and how much more I would have experienced being like an actual drama group or a class where I actually participated in doing that sort of thing. So I think that's a great idea, not just sitting in a classroom for fine arts, but actually doing fine arts. Being able to join like AV singers or a chorus group or a drama group and being able to get credit for that. So I think students would grow so much more and become more like Auburn men and women through those experiential learning scenarios. So I agree with that portion of Greg's platform 100%.
Thanks, Adam. Jesse, you have the same chance to respond if you'd like. You have a minute.
Absolutely, I agree as well with Greg, and I remember that was a conversation we had last year. It's something that happens like experience working with our external affairs team, working with our university lobbies and our state legislators to make this a reality. Like Greg said, it takes you time, it takes you money, but you have to pay for experience and all of that.
Thanks, Jesse. The next question will go to Adam. We'll have a minute and a half to respond. That question is, in your platform, you talk about a greater campus. What action do you take to create a greater campus, and what is the estimated cost of these efforts?
Absolutely. Well, we've done lots of things that really hurt the environment over the past few years. We paved over endangered snake habitat to build our new osteopathic building. We have buildings on campus that leave their lights on 24/7. We have that giant new video board in the stadium with people playing video games on it, and I don't want to know how much energy that uses. So just some things like that are some simple steps we can take to help the environment and not hurt it to make us a more sustainable campus. So this is why researching before we do things, just getting more aware and being more informed of how our actions as a university help the environment will make us a lot more sustainable and a lot more green, and leave a better Auburn for future generations to come. As far as cost goes, we don't need to do costly things to help the environment. We didn't have to build that building, we could have built it somewhere else, it would have cost exactly the same. Turning off lights in buildings, that would save money. not playing video games on the giant video board and saving electricity, that would save money. So I think by implementing some of those sustainable green ideas, it wouldn't be at any cost to the university, and the university might even save money by becoming more sustainable and just focusing more on how we're either hurting or helping our planet.
Thanks, Adam. Jesse, same question to you. You have a minute if you would like to respond.
I agree. I think those things are important, whether it's recycling, safety, energy, things of that nature. I think as the Student Government Association, we need to take a step back and kind of say, is this something that all students support and all students want? And if it is, then we go pull the actors and do those things. When we tag it, it's not we say, hey, let's reprioritize, let's go back and see what kind of falls in.
Thank you, Jesse. Drake, same question to you. You have a minute if you'd like to respond.
Well, Auburn is actually the only green certified university in the state. And a lot of the points that Adam was making are valid, but you also have to consider the whole circumstances. I actually worked for an energy company after my freshman year in Houston, and a lot of the nitty-gritty details just aren't known. You know, when it goes into power contracts and different liabilities that the university has to meet, there are a lot of things that we just don't know. Of course, we want to be as sustainable as possible, but we have to be considerate of that. And so, you know, I think we can always make an effort to be more green, but that I think is something that is more reserved for the Office of Sustainability on campus. Though SGA should be behind them 100%.
Thank you, Drake. The next question will go to Jesse. You'll have a minute and a half to respond. That question is, in your platform, you discuss a full-scale dining evaluation and update. How do you plan to achieve this, and what do you foresee the appropriate efforts to do?
Absolutely. So right now, I've got a great working relationship with Liz Walters, our director of campus dining. We actually spoke about this last semester. We're trying to do it. It's kind of in the works right now. It's in the committee that looks at dining as a whole, whether it's your experience. We're talking about particularly company wide, your experience throughout all of campus. I think we take a look at that. And one thing very specific to it, kind of hard money. There's a lot of students right now, maybe you're a major that's off campus. There's no reason that you should have to pay a $300 or $900 dining plan. You're never going to be on campus to use that. So looking at these things and say, how can we improve the student dining experience as a whole? Because at the end of the day, it's something that really, in one way or another, affects all of us.
Thank you, Jesse. Drake, same question to you. You have a minute if you'd like to respond.
Yeah, I mean, how can we be against evaluating campus dining and improving it? That's not like something that you can go against. But I think what's also important is that we look at, again, private party money and kind of this monopoly that happens because these locations are on campus and because students are required to buy into this meal plan. Prices on campus are so much higher. I think a kind bar goes for like $3 downstairs in the C-store, and it's $1.25 at Kroger. So really looking at the economics of it all and making sure that students already have to pay so much to go to college that we're not nickel and diming them every chance that we get on campus.
Thank you, Drake. Adam, same question to you if you'd like to respond.
Well, I agree exactly, but I do think we look really close to dining options here on campus. Like, take for example, why is the Chick-fil-A line at lunch 1,000 people long? Then you go to like the chicken and tender place and boy, there's 3 people in line. So take a good look at dining options. What we have available on campus, where students eat, where they don't eat, what options students would like better on campus. And then, like Greg said, definitely look at prices on items. Make sure students aren't getting ripped off because we are forced to buy those dining plans, $1,000 on campus, $300 off, and prices on on-campus locations, C-stores, restaurants are definitely a lot higher than they would be off campus. Just kind of revisiting students either having to buy those dining dollars or else reworking the pricing system at places on campus. I think is really, really important.
Thanks, Adam. That concludes our question and answer debate portion. We'll now move to closing remarks. Beginning first with Drake, you'll have a minute to share your closing remarks.
Yeah, so tonight we heard more about our platforms and ideas, about our characters and our vision. And now a couple of requests for each of you in the audience. If you want a good-free and kind-hearted man who's in opportunity, I want you to vote for Jesse Westhouse tomorrow. If you want a self-proclaimed maverick who will bring an outsider perspective into SGA, I want you to vote for Adam Grasher. But if you want someone who will wake up every day working harder than the last, who truly wants to make an impact in every area of campus life, who honestly, like, this is what I want to do with my life, is working in higher education administration. This is my passion. And I hope that you're
with Adam, who will have a minute to share your closing remarks when you're ready.
Well, guys, you've heard our platform, you know what we're running on, you know what each of us believe. At this point, there's nothing else I can say to convince you to vote for me if you're not going to already vote for me. But one really important thing I want to say about tomorrow is vote. No matter who you vote for, whether it's me or Jesse or Greg, vote. Look at each of us, look what we're standing on, look at our ideals, and choose a person you think would best represent you as your SGA president. Both of these guys are great Auburn men. I believe in them. I believe in the things they're saying. I think both of them would be wonderful SGA presidents. But it's up to each of you to look at us, see what we believe, and then make your choice. Get out and vote tomorrow for the person you think would represent you best.
Thank you, Adam. Jesse, you have a minute as well to share your closing remarks when you're ready.
There's two things that really make me think feel I'm the best candidate for SGA president. One, my experience. My experience in multiple leadership roles across this campus, including SGA, in executive officer position, working with campus administrators, leading teams, doing that whole realm of things. That experience is going to carry over in that transition period, make it a successful year from the get-go. The second thing is about passion. My passion to serve each and every single one of you, like I said at the beginning. My passion to give back to Auburn, and above all else, my passion to serve the Lord and glorify Him in everything that I do. That's all I've got. I know I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Jesse. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our debate for tonight.